Hello, hello. I have been given a few new replays to trash talk because that is what both Nurgle and Dwarfs currently deserve. Um, yeah, I've been running low on replays for a while and now got a new batch from Hitman Hippo, so I will be casting a few of them at least until we get the patch, hopefully on Tuesday or sometime next week, and the replays then will be invalidated. So, uh, yeah, we have dwarfs here with a line of dwarf warriors, two gyrocopters with the steam guns. Apparently, they are cheaper and stronger than the brimstones. So, yeah. Grim Delvers, those are the shotgun variant regiment, correct? I hope it is. Yeah, those are the normal Grudgebreaker and a unit of Doom Seekers. For Lord, we have a Demon Slayer. I've seen it a lot, and okay, those are demons on the other side, but I still don't completely get it. Why so many play with him? Uh, if someone can explain that to me, please do, because I've never really seen this thing do really well. And I've seen it often die pointlessly due to no armor. For the Nurgle side, we have Herald, safe in the air, away from the Demon Slayer. Maybe not so much from the gyrocopters and guns, but yeah. Miasma of Pestilence, cheap, and to trigger the Children of Nurgle passive. Um, Stream of Corruption, pure AP damage, of course good against dwarfs, even though they have their magic resist. And the rest is bounce spells, correct? And Cloud of Flies, yes. Toads, yep. AP, anti-infantry, good against dwarfs. Marauder, great weapon. So some others mixed in? No, just Marauders. Marauders, and two chariot-based Exalted Heroes of Nurgle. Now, I'm curious about them, how they would do on their chariots. They have a lot of weapon strengths for chariots, you have to say. Usually, units lose quite a bit of their weapon strengths when they get put on a chariot. But apparently not so these guys, and so let's see how they will do. Otherwise, I might be inclined to say that they would be better on foot as a tag team to duel out the dwarf lords, or just on horse to force pass into the thunderers. Though, as the dwarves have fairly high mass on their infantry, actually the chariots might be better for this job. So, yeah. Okay. Fury summon quickly to screen out the gyros, and there was a third gyro summon straight. I wonder if this is from a tournament where gyrocopters get limited to 3, or if there are 4 or 6 even allowed. So Furies, especially the Nurgle Furies, or maybe only the Nurgle Furies, are good against them, because their poison makes them slow enough to actually kinda be able to attack a fuse once. Otherwise, if you have just a 5 difference in speed advantage, you don't really reach them still. Even with this 20 speed advantage, they didn't do so hot against them. And now they got the Rune of Slowness and get shot by the Grudgebreakers. Yes, this one overextended. Got a bit scary. And here's a dreaded ground gyros. I mean, sure, why not? If there's Furies in the skies, that's safer on the land. Smart. No, I would definitely move them up again, but it's honestly not a micro priority right now. But landed units get enormous debuff to their speed, so they get caught out. I am curious that the dwarfs sit here. I would have pushed a bit further up just to extend the range of where your gyros can get out of this castle, because they need to be able to quickly get back into range of your guns. So if you can and aren't threatened, you should push your guns up a bit more so that you can cover more ground, and so the gyros can maybe start harassing this, and especially those toads. I can understand that you're a bit scared of being surrounded. Like, you've seen those things marching in here, and this flank isn't super well covered. Though those exalted heroes will get through your lines no matter what. So you're sacrificing a lot of time by just sitting here, and I would say just going to make your castle somewhere here would be as safe, and you would be in range that your guns can start harassing this point, and maybe even have one or two warriors on the point to apply some capture weight pressure. So yeah. Though maybe this point would get taken then, but I would say so close to the dwarf spawn they can dish out some punishment there in return. Let's see how the values of the gyros are after having spent about a quarter to a third of their ammo. Yeah, this value is not bad at all. If they spent their full, they would have like 800 maybe, and then get the unsummon. That is very respectable. And that is while being harassed all the time by Furies. Did he move a bit further up? I don't know. Not far enough to apply pressure to the mid. Okay, this Fury got crazy. Where's the gun here? Here. Now they land on them, but there's some Doomseekers on Overwatch duty. So without an assault from other things, I think that this was just a throwaway move of the Fury. Like, I can understand that. I would get tired of this cat and mouse play with just Furies against Gyrocopters too, especially as the Furies don't really put work in. They killed 3 models, and yeah, the gyros still got good value. Now the dwarves are moving in. Okay, this is very understandable. 2 of the Furies, the backline threats are removed, but yeah, now the surround will come in, and I'm a bit no, I'm not worried here. This is not a those are Longbeards. They will hold this line. Ironbreakers, and they killed the Marauder unit. Would have probably been better to pick in great weapon ones, but that's not in the control of the dwarf player, because if they get bound in melee, they can't throw at anyone anymore, so you pick the first target you can. Is there a second runesmith in here? Here is one, and here's another for double rune of slowness. Very well. I like this play. That's kinda 2 dead toads. Okay, now the second didn't really die since Thunderous got compromised too early. But I like this. I'm very known to bring my Devil Light Wizards, and I love slows, nets, and everything that makes my guns work. The Thunderers can escape here, though there's some pressure going into the back. More Doomseekers. I don't like them here. They are heavy armor cracking tools, but I don't think they are that efficient just against unarmored chaff and against toads. Like, normal slayers would be very cool right now. Okay, they are good against Furies. If they didn't get the not the Rune of Slowness, the Nurgle variant, the Curse of the Slug. It's looking a bit chaotic. I can't tell who will win this. There are a lot of great weapons and toads in here, but well, there's also a lot of healthy dwarf units still. And well, dwarves are famous for looking like they lose an infantry fight and then just not breaking. And not breaking. And still not breaking. No, you thought they were breaking? No. And then the slayers were unbreakable. Bombardments on the pestigors, they are fairly spread out and have their quite strong missile resistance. Oh, if those are normal slayers, it's better, but not in this unit. But should still be fine. Sadly, this Hound here is good play from Hadris, making sure that those Grudge Rakers are gone, because they are scary. They're scary to your Exalted Heroes, to your Toads, and also the infantry, of course. Those Pestigors have a very interesting duty. I wonder if they are on a surround action, kinda, or if they got lost chasing a unit. Or if he wanted to block ranged missiles from being summoned here directly. Though I'm not sure if that's a priority right now. Dwarfs appear to be winning this fight quite decisively. Okay, this question got answered. And they also appear to be winning here simply because their reinforcements are much quicker. Though the points get scary. We have, if this point flips, the dwarves might be out of this game, though they're taking the mid. The question is if they can take it quickly enough before this unit here arrives. 10 more seconds. About-ish. Oh, that's gonna be close. Oh, that's gonna be close. No, they took it, and with that I would say Nurgle has a massive problem. They're not taking this side back, and they lost the mid, and now dwarves have 8 minutes or something to take this point. Actually, that's... No, they have to take this point, yes, if my math is correct. But right now they have such an enormous advantage on the field, they will grind through this, and the time they have is enough to advance on this. Need to leave a small garrison to not get backcapped by some scraps rallying. That happens to me quite a lot if I don't pay attention, but such a unit of hounds, they are a bit scrapped, but they still have more than half their models, so to capture rate, so they can maybe 3 even take a point in 1.5 minutes. And if you notice at when they're halfway done and then summon a unit here, a dwarf needs what's this, 200 range, so 60 seconds-ish. So yeah, easy to lose a point like this if you don't have miners in Vanguard, or, well, I would have said anything faster, but Slayers, I guess. They are fast. Okay. So, let's see what the Exalted Heroes did. Oh, they did fine. They did just fine. I've seen... No, okay, this one didn't. And with that, it's questionable. I've seen them sit around in standing combat a lot. I mean, they have the weapon strengths to back them up and to not completely just rely on their charge bonus. Let's observe this one a bit. The damage to the miners, I'm not sure if it comes mainly from the chariot. Yeah, probably. Cloud of Flies, of course, also helps with the really low melee defense of the Nurgle chariot, of the Chaos chariots. This is quite nice. But now he's sitting in Doomseekers. They have a bit more melee attack, though they're debuffed. From what? Miasma of Pestilence. Okay, understandable. Dwarfs already tried to push their Hero's Core to get this. This is often a good way to capture a point. If you can't advance the infantry, blocking out these heroes is a bit harder, but the Nurgle player Hadris here of course has his own countermeasures, and those guys are very good against infantry. They would be probably even better on horse, because they can hit better and attack with multiple ones, which you can kind of see here is not really possible, but they should switch to the other one now. Those gyros got caught. And the mid is still grinding. This is something that both factions are really good at. Staying in fight and grinding. This Pestigos with missile resistance. It was quite a good damage here. And that's something I heard complaints about. Those guys are being chased and running away from Furies. But they can still shoot while running away, so if you direct this correctly, you're not even shutting down the unit while your Fury is pointlessly occupied. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left and Dwarfs aren't even close to this point. That's scary. Now I would go complete panic mode on the Dwarven side, but it's not like they have anything fast that can play corresponding to the panic, and I would take these hounds and put them on this point to apply pressure there. And Nurgle now shows that they aren't a slow faction anymore, they are fast factions. They have Toads, they have Furies, they have Pestigors, and if they wanted to, they would also have decent cavalry and such options. Okay, we got some play here, but they will take a while, and there's some Toads here that will completely smack them. Actually, they're losing the fight in the mid because they made those desperate attempts to overextend to this side. Maybe it would have been better to just crush the mid, but you don't quickly crush Nurgle that can reinforce with Furies. Furies are first of all a bane to all your ranged, as you can see here again, even with those enormous stats from being Regiment of Renown. And if those charge into their backs, no, they take down the gyros that got sent into melee. And yeah, Furies are almost a fully fledged infantry unit. Not completely on Dwarven infantry level, of course, but yeah, they are so fast that what they don't have in actual staying or fighting power compared to an infantry unit of same price, they more than make up for it. And so you can just reinforce so quickly, and if they die, they are straight in the recruitment cooldown again and don't have to rout off the match, so you can cycle them and cycle them and cycle them. And the Doomslayer died somewhere here. I will have to look at this value, what it did. I can't imagine it to be good, as those heroes, which would be the prime goal for them, still live. Yeah, Nurgle wins it, despite the Dwarfs, at least in the mid game, taking the fight, but in the late game, when they had to start moving, Nurgle just dominated. I suspect this is not a good fight for Dwarfs, but I also am not sure if this build was optimal, since I don't know a lot about Dwarfs, and though I guess the player knows quite a lot about Dwarfs, so but also has sometimes the trend to come with unconventional builds to just see if they're working, which I quite like, but doesn't always work, even if you're experienced. I wanted to look at the Doomslayer value. Yeah, not Doomslayer. Oh, what's it called? Demon Slayer. Okay, Doomslayer are those guys. Who did better? Who did better? I guess you can't complain about this value. He shouldn't be much more expensive than that, and he died very late into the game. Ripsmiths I liked. I'm not sure how exactly big the impact was. Dwarfs only had 2 gun units, so it didn't cover a lot for them since they only blocked like 2 units and the rest still got onto them, and 2 gun units are easily occupied. Though maybe their main purpose was more of enabling the Gyrocopters, and we've seen it work on this one Fury that overextended and then got Grudge Raked, while being under the Rune of Slowness. Just a small slip up from the Nurgle side and gone a Fury, or half a Fury. I think that actually survived since their leadership is now so high they can take about 50% losses of the HP in a short duration without routing from it. Not much more, and then they are completely gone, but that's every other unit would also rout in these circumstances. Pestigors are so good. I suspect some of them got summoned multiple times, but they also got shot a lot, so their values need to be seen through the lens of this. Furies... He didn't seem to be spamming them that hard, so I'm not sure if they got summoned 3 times, maybe, but this is good values for those guys. Hounds also, though... no. Okay, he was completely right about those guys. They were amazing, and I'm not even sure they got healed. He had no real healing spell, though the Nurgle army abilities maybe. Though if I played Nurgle, I always invested straight into the slow, so the tier 1 army ability. I just love it so much. It usually corresponds to a dead unit that I can catch in an unfortunate position. Those guys were great. Their weapon strength is really hard for a chariot unit, and also their melee defense due to the cloud of flies was good. They didn't even really play chariot, they just were sitting in grinding combat, and I'm not sure how much I like that you can play them like this. I don't think that's how chariots are supposed to be, but well, I also don't like dwarfs, so whatever. This is kind of a battle of 2 hated factions for me, but it was a good one. Interesting to see. And yeah, did I check the values here? No. The Gyrocopters were all good. It was later they got a bit easier compromised, but earlier it was really hard to get onto them, it seems. They had this castle defense in which they could retreat into, complete with guns and slows, and the Furies could do nothing, despite being probably the single best tool to get them in the game with 110 speed and a poison slow and a slow from the army ability potentially. Yeah. I think I've covered everything, and I probably will do another one right away and upload it. See you on the other one then. Bye.